sometimes going abroad or being exposed to different culture is for you to learn other people's culture, gain the knowledge, and then see what you can learn from, what will be good for you to improve and to be the better version of yourself, and get rid of the things that you don't need, right? But often, us, especially Black people, which is why I think like it's the hypocrisy of Black people, is that we come to Europe, we are exposed to different culture, we know and we see different things that we could use to improve on ourselves. But what we do instead is go back to our people, we go back to home, or we go back to our country or to our community, and see that we believe that we are better than those back home, simply because it's to a different culture. You see, so then I'm like, hold on, that is hypocrisy, because if you've been to another country or you've been exposed to different internet knowledge, you should be the one using that to uplift the rest of your people, instead of just using it for you to tell yourself that you're better than others. Hi everyone, welcome to No Excuse Talk channel. I'm Becky and I'm here with the lovely Lucy all the way from South Africa. Hi.
Hi, Becky.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks, and yourself?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really good. And this message today, like today's topic, is something that we've been talking about it for some time now. And it's something that as Black people, we witness in our community, we see certain behavior, certain pathologies in our community, but still we are sort of scared or shy to actually talk about it. And there's no platform around that is willing to share the light on these issues. So today's topic is called the hypocrisy of being Black. So what does that mean? It's like simply about, are we really willing, or are we honest with ourselves about being Black? Or sometimes we talk about Black love, we talk about being Black, we talk about being African, we talk about all these things, but then our actions don't match our behavior. We are willing to be African when there's something to gain. We are willing to talk about Black love when there's financial gain. We are willing to talk about Black love when there's attention from the Western media. Like if the media is covering about Black Lives Matter, we are, yeah, there, we love Black people. But when there's nothing there, when there's no financial gain, when there's no attention, when there's no emotion there, nobody really care about Black people. But we feel like, hold on a minute, we should be Black every day, 365 days a year. We should be Black regardless, media being there, media not being there. We should be Black whether there's money to gain or there's no money to gain. We should always be proud and just love ourselves. So what's your view, and like, what do you think?
No. I mean, yeah, my point exactly. I feel like you don't need to be like reminded that you're Black, you know, especially if we can talk about what is happening in the US or what has been happening in the US, the Black Lives Matter, right? I could really easily tell that so many people, they were reminded that, hey, it doesn't matter how light-skinned you are, how, you know, how close to white people you are and all that, you're still Black. Do we need to be reminded first for us to feel Black? Or is this something that we need to live with? Like, are we not supposed to like wake up every day and just feel Black and just like enjoy being Black and not even trying to fit in, you know, in other like races? Because I feel like we are one of the people who kind of like always like seek sympathy, you know, like we more like seeking sympathy most of the time, because we don't have confidence in ourselves. Like we just wake up today and you hear someone saying, no, you're so Black, you get offended. Yeah, you are Black. So we need to like get to a point where lots of things don't offend us when other people, you know, talk about, you understand? We need to like love ourselves so much that when someone is saying, I'm Black. Yeah, I'm Black. So what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to be? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like one of the things that we can really look at, because I feel like so many people started saying I'm black and proud just because people that I've never seen talking about being black and proud or loving being black, loving dark skin. That's when I see people posting a lot of photos to show different, black women, black men, and how much they love being black. But I think it was more of like, someone has to remind us that, what, you're black, So
Yeah.
mm.
And being black shouldn't be a slogan. I think it should be like, we should remember that we are human beings. Color aside, we are human beings. Can we just behave as human? And can we just accept who we are instead of trying to fit in? Because sometimes it seems that the standard of any black person is to be white, to reach the higher of yourself.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Something that you're not.
No, that's so true, because I mean, I watched something on YouTube, and these other ladies were talking about being in the US, and you know what, they'll find a lot of like African, not even white people, African American, right? So they'll come to them and be like, do you even have, they have this thing in their head that, what, Africa is a jungle, or so people are just too ignorant, right? But a fellow black person asking another person, do you even have white people in South Africa? Like, do we need white people in South Africa to live? This is Africa, isn't it? Not to say that white people in South Africa, they're not supposed to be in here, or white people in Africa, they're not supposed to be in here. But we're not defined by white people for us to say, yeah, we're living large, we know a lot of stuff, we're sophisticated because we're around white people. We need to learn to understand that it's okay being just around black people. You understand? There's a lot that we can learn from each other. There's a lot that we can achieve as black people. We don't really need to be like associated with whites for someone to say, yeah, you know a lot of things, you're sophisticated, you this. Are we in a journey of transforming to become white, or we are living to we are just okay where we are as black people? You understand? Because you don't need to be like a European for you to become successful. No. You don't need to be white for you to be rich. You don't need to be white for you to enjoy life. You understand? They are white and it's okay, and us, we are black and it is okay the way it is. And it's not even about me feeling sorry for myself that it's okay being black. No, it's fine. I love myself the way I am. I don't wish I was something else.
That's true. Yeah, it's funny though, because sometimes, like you just said, and something come in my mind now, like often people just judge and see because of your background, not because you were raised in Europe, that's why fine, because like we accept you because it seems that you are smarter just because you live in Europe. But it's not about that. You are smart because you're actually learning, you're willing to learn about your people. You see, you're willing to accept your people, because one thing that always get me angry is like the fact that someone to be a politician or to be a role model in our community has to go and get his degree abroad before the community in Africa can accept him as educated. Before we can accept we can elect a politician, we need to see his background. If he's been in Europe or in America to get his degree, that means that person is white. That means that person is intelligent. But how can you be really intelligent when you go to study someone else's education?
Wow, no, that's like profound, to be honest. That's and that's the honest truth. We kind of like look at people and see where they've studied. Just like in it's not even about okay, maybe there's certain things that you need to learn from this culture, from this country, but just the fact that you have studied in Europe, I mean, you can do a lot of things. Like, you are magical, you know a lot of things. It's like we are not enough where we are. You understand? That's what I was saying. It's more like we're in a journey, to transform into something else. It's like everyone at the end of the day would like to leave Africa for a European country or whatever. You understand? It's like we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in who we are as Black people. We feel like this journey hasn't ended. We're not supposed to be Black, you know? Like maybe it's like default or something like that. At the end of the day, we're supposed to be, you know, something else, but we are just here stuck and we're being.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad because, and I personally blame our leaders. I personally blame those that know better but chose to do bad. Meaning, like, sometimes going abroad or being exposed to different culture is for you to learn other people's culture, gain the knowledge, and then see what you can learn from, what will be good for you to improve and to be the better version of yourself, and get rid of the things that you don't need, right? But often, us, especially Black people, which is why I think like it's the hypocrisy of Black people, is that we come to Europe, we are exposed to different culture, we know and we see different things that we could use to improve on ourselves. But what we do instead is go back to our people, we go back to home, or we go back to our country or to our community, and we believe that we are better than those back home, simply because it's to a different culture. You see, so then I'm like, hold on, that is hypocrisy, because if you've been to another country or you've been exposed to different internet knowledge, you should be the one using that to uplift the rest of your people, instead of just using it for you to tell yourself that you're better than others.
True. No, that is so true. So I'm like surprised whether we want to go out there to learn and come and, you know, make change in our communities, or rather we want to go out there and come back and we feel like we're better, we know better. And are we really going out there for wrong reasons, or we're going there to get certain like education or rather skill or knowledge or whatever that we can really come back and use it in Africa, you know? I think,
which is sad sometimes, because then sometimes in the mind of people that haven't been able to be exposed to different cultures, then they feel bad about themselves. They feel like, maybe I must go to Europe, I must go to America to become like so and so, because so and so that went to America, went to Europe, his behavior is like this, so I should become like this. That's why we Africans always have this perception that we have to become something that we are not. Like you just said, we are in this process of transformation to become something that we are not. And then
no, it's really sad. I mean, also based on the other day I was on Twitter and I saw someone posted like, you know, some beautiful dark-skinned women, right? I believe they were like maybe from Sudan and all that, really beautiful and dark-skinned, right? Because in South Africa there's like a lot of like light-skinned women and also, you know, dark-skinned and all that. You don't want to know what people were saying there. Like, I've never seen an African being sounding more like disgusted and about how another African looked. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, oh no, this is too much this is too much darkness. Like, I mean, you need to be like, you need to have that light. You understand? Wow. I was like, I didn't know what to say. Actually, I wanted to say something, but I was like, you know what? I'm like fuming inside. Let me just keep quiet, because I don't understand, like, do we need to be in a certain way for us to feel that we are beautiful as Africans? Do we need to be light-skinned? It's more like we love everything that is very close to being white for us to feel comfortable. You understand? Why would you not like a fellow African because they are more dark-skinned? I mean, for me, melanin comes in like different shades and all that. And I don't remember one saying that for you to be African, you need to be very light-skinned. You understand? And the very same person would be very offended, even if she's not too dark-skinned, going to China and all the Chinese are just looking at them like, oh, a black person. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, these people didn't even like my skin, whatever. You understand? So that's what I was saying. It's more like we love ourselves before we are reminded that we are black. You understand? Because if you're going to be offended because someone is looking at you and think that you're black, maybe around your own, you felt like you were better than the others because maybe you're too light skinned than, other people around you. So you felt like you are less black. You understand?
Yeah.
Can we stop like making being black as like it's a curse? I mean, like just stop that tendency. We're not trying to, unless if one has that in their own mind that they want to be something else. But that's just like a self-insult. It's like someone insulting their own soul. Like you don't love yourself. You understand? Because for me, I don't wish to be something else except for being black. I love being black, and to be honest, I know like I also get that a lot from people. People will be like, a lot of white guys, white people, Lucy, you're no, come on, I still love who I am. You understand? Even around black white people, I don't even fit because I'm black. You understand? It's like let's accept each other for who we are. I'm black and you're white. I'm not trying to be you, you're not trying to be me. So let me do me and you do you. And if we're friends, we're friends. I'm not trying to, it's really crazy.
That's true. And just to add on, it's also about accepting ourselves for who we are. Let's just accept ourselves and stop. I think all of this comes down to our behavior not matching our action. So although we want to be black, but we don't know how to behave to be black. We don't know how the behavior of black people should be. So we all have this idea that maybe to be black means to bleach your skin to be accepted. Maybe to be black is to move or to live in white community to be accepted. But to be black, it's simply about knowing yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, your strengths and the weaknesses. The melanin that you're born in is a blessing. It's not a curse. It's not a curse to be black person. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It's not.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy that we've reached this stage that we are not. It seems that we are stuck and we don't even know where to go.
It's not like now at this generation, people are becoming more and more lost. It's like you've been given freedom as most countries that have been like colonized and all that. You found that freedom, and yet you still want to follow the oppressors footsteps instead of finding yourself and finding how much you can be like comfortable on your own without having to depend on another person. I think it's high time we stop the blame and being too dependent, and we don't have to accept ourselves out of like sympathy. That's who you are. What is it that you wanted to be? That's who you are. Just love yourself. Just love yourself. You understand? You didn't have to be, no one, no race, no whatever is superior than black. And we're also not superior, when it comes to other people. We are fine just where we are.
Absolutely. That's true. You just said it all. You just said it. We just find the way we are.
Yeah, we just find the way we are. We just need to try and forget, maybe that we are getting somewhere. We get as black. All we need to do is just to learn to develop ourselves, learn to work with each other, learn to help each other grow, and learn build our own empires as black people. That's the kind of journey we are in. Not our skin. Not the journey of our skin. Our skin, this is the end of it, and it has been the beginning, and now it's just the end of it. This is not going anywhere. We can just look at other things that we can try and change. But I think we shouldn't be having this kind of discussion anymore about someone loving themselves because
They're black.
You know, you're black. Exactly. You just, that's you, and that's how you are. Nothing you can change unless you're a fool. But anyway, but today we just said like to spread love and just, you know, help someone who's out there. You know, maybe they didn't know how to like love themselves. They didn't understand. They always wanted to fit in and all that. That, you know what, you don't have to try and fit in. It's okay and it's enough being black. And you need to tell yourself that every day, not only when someone is attacking you, and that's when you start doing, I'm black and I'm what, and you start sharing a lot of posts and, you know, to prove that you're black. You need to be enough the way you are. Your black friends are okay, your European friends are okay, but always know that as much as they're not trying to be you, don't ever try and be someone else. It's okay to be mixed with other races, to be around other people, but always know who you are, you know. Don't feel like you need to be something else, like to fit in. You need to like reject yourself as a black person. It's okay the way it is. It's just the way it is. And maybe there's a reason why today most people think being black is a curse or whatsoever, because you were made to believe that. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you didn't know yourself. You didn't know how precious you are. You didn't know how precious your skin is. You didn't know how special you are as a black person. Then someone told you it's bad being black. So you need to start rethinking that.
That's true. And just to add on, I remember a quote that I read somewhere that says, why trying to fit in when you're born to stand out? Having melanin there's a reason why God gave us melanin. It's to stand out, bring the best of us out. So as a black person, let's use our color and use that to shine love and to bring love to this world and stand out just the way we are. Nobody is perfect. No race is perfect. No country is perfect. Everybody has their good, the bad, the ugly, the vulnerability. Everybody has their own way. But just accepting who you are and bringing the best of yourself out, that's the ultimate goal. It's not about being white one day that will make you successful. It's not about going to Europe that will make you successful. It's not about going to America that will make you successful. It's about being the best of you. Like you, Lucy, bringing the best of you. That's what makes you beautiful. Me bringing the best of me. That's what makes us who we are. So being African is not about polishing our history or polishing who we are or bleaching our skin to be the best of ourselves. It's about what's inside, the love, how we act. That's what goes a long way. Not about the skin color or the hair or bleaching our skin. That doesn't take us anywhere.
Yes, and let's stop the mentality of idolizing other races instead of like, you know, like motivating each other and believing in ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this will be a topic next time about how to love yourself, maybe giving tips to people watching, like, okay, I understand what you girls are saying, but how can we love ourselves? Because it's not an easy thing. So that you wake up tomorrow and you say, I love myself. It's a process. It takes time to find yourself, to know what makes you African. It's something that we can learn together and share ideas about how to be African, how to behave. Because I always say this, like, Africa is not a bad place, but the behavior of the people that makes Africa almost nobody want to associate with Africans because of the behavior. So if we can tackle our behavior and change our behavior by improving on our behavior, by growing and bringing the best of ourselves, Africa is going to be amazing, going to be the best place on this earth to live. And Africans are going to be the best people to be with, because it's all about in our behavior. If we can change the way we think, the way we act, then we are already there, because we're already blessed. Like, we're born to stand out either way.
We are so blessed. Oh my goodness, this is really awesome. I really enjoyed this kind of discussion, and I trust, you know what, it's really going to help someone out there. It's really going to help, you know, other people. And I mean, until we do another episode next time, like, I think this can really be the end of it, because I feel like I have a lot to say, but let's just stop it here.
Yeah, we keep that up for next episode. And make sure you subscribe, you like, leave your comments, share your ideas, reach out if you would like to add on more or anything that you think you can bring to the table. We are all here to grow together and sharing ideas, connecting together. That's the future of Africa. Thank you for
Yes,
watching.
I'm just saying until next time, until we meet next time, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Cheers.